So now it's time to hear from you.
We know when it comes to buying, renting, refinancing, so many of you have a lot of real estate questions.
So we're giving our Metro Residential viewers the mic.
We hit the streets in order to get your questions.
And then we'll give you all the answers.
Here's the 411. In a city like New York, it's hard enough to get around, let alone navigate the ins and outs of the real estate market. Luigi Rosabianca is one of New York City's top real estate attorneys. Really, few attorneys know real estate like Luigi. So when it comes to answering your real estate questions, he's our expert. Hi, Luigi.
Hey, Cathy.
You ready for the question this week?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Dawn Hernandez. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and my question is, if I sign a 4 or 5 year lease, shouldn't it be cheaper than a 1 year lease?
Okay, this is a great renter's question. If you sign a longer term lease, in general, should you pay less than someone who signs just a 1 year lease?
Cathy, it makes sense that you would. Like the old adage, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. So if a landlord has a certainty of having a tenant there for 4 to 5 years, that's wonderful. But that also takes into account that that renter is willing to stay there 4 to 5 years. One of the reasons the 1 year program works in New York so well is that it gives the tenant the flexibility of moving or staying in an apartment, and also gives the landlord the flexibility of increasing or price modifying the rental rate. So the 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 year is always a bit more of a prudent bet. But if a renter knows they're going to be there in a fixed location for 4 to 5 years, sure, let's bargain.
So you're saying that you should ask for this?
Cathy, the norm is definitely a 1 or a 2 year lease. But if you know you're going to be in a residence in a certain geographic location for an extended period of time, you might as well use that as a bit of leverage in negotiating a better rental rate.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Cathy.
Hi, Luigi.
Hi, Cathy.
You ready for the question this week?
Sure am.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Victoria Pearson from Westchester, New York, and I was wondering what some of the signs were that your community is up and coming or taking a turn for the worst.
Okay. You want to know if your neighborhood is a solid neighborhood, or if it may be taking a turn for the worse. Is there any way to really know that?
Cathy, personally speaking, I always look for certain telltale signs. It may seem odd, but I always look to pharmacies. Pharmacies are very, very conservative, prudent businesses. So for a pharmacy to open up into a new neighborhood, they've done their demographic studies. The opening of a pharmacy is always a telltale sign that that neighborhood is vibrant or soon to become vibrant. Secondarily, you always look for public projects, whether it's public works such as a subway renovation or whether it's new schools opening up. That's always a telltale sign that that neighborhood is up and coming.
And what does that mean when you see necessarily a lot of homes for sale, when you see freestanding homes and you see a lot of for sale signs? Is that necessarily a negative?
Well, if you see a lot of new construction and certain maybe tax incentives, you can see that the municipalities are behind motivating purchasers coming in.
When you're talking about single family homes, if you see what seems to be an abundance of homes for sale, is that a warning sign that people may be looking to move out? Or not necessarily?
Well, if you have an abundance a la Detroit, that may be a scary scenario. But if we have an abundance simply because there's been a lot of new, vibrant construction going on, that's a wonderful sign.
Thank you so much.
Cathy, thank you.
Hi, Luigi.
Hi, Cathy.
You ready for the question this week?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's a great one.
Hi, my name is Madeline. I'm from Brooklyn. And I'm planning to buy a house, and I want to know if after an inspection, a bad inspection, can I renegotiate the price?
Okay, we've already put in an offer. We get that inspection back. It's not what we thought it was going to be. Can we negotiate the price?
Great question. Cathy, this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Anytime we entertain any sort of offers, whether it's sale on the buy side, you want to have all the cards on the table. So prior to signing any contracts of sale, you want to have your due diligence complete. And whether that's taking a look at the finances or whether it's taking a look at the structural integrity of the building, all the cards should be on the table. Now, to do so, you can either trust the seller's representations or you'll hire your own engineer and experts to try to conduct a little due diligence on your behalf. Once some sort of imperfection is found, that is definitely a negotiating tool in negotiating a price concession.
Now, I'm familiar with a process in which you actually have a contingency. my offer is contingent on the results of a home inspection. That happens a lot of times.
Absolutely. We've often seen contracts where they may have a 15-day contingency or a 20-day contingency wherein you would have an engineer's report or maybe an environmental report, and if he uncovers some sort of omission or commission, the price can reflect that. But it does open up a Pandora's box, because then it becomes a subjective negotiating of price and also terms, and you're renegotiating all over again. Whereas if you have the cars out on the table initially, I think you would avoid that additional hurdle.
So you're saying that as a home buyer, you should really do your research first?
Well, the seller has a legal obligation to reveal any defects, but I think it's also up to the purchaser to do his homework and make certain that he finds them out.
Excellent point. Thank you, Luigi.
Thank you.
Hi, Luigi.
Hey, Cathy.
Ready for the question this week?
Sure am.
I think you're really going to like this one.
Okay.
Hi, this is Matt. I'm from Brooklyn. Do I need a lawyer to close on a home?
Okay, this is right up your alley. Do you need a lawyer to close on that home?
Cathy, coincidentally enough, New York is one of the few states where you actually need a lawyer to conduct a real estate transaction. You can almost make the argument that you're overrepresented in New York. But what happens is you have a very sophisticated transaction. There's very little fraud, there's very little foul play. Everyone is protected, their rights are protected, and it's a legal requirement in New York.
Now, should you choose an attorney that specializes in real estate?
Well, I think the days of the general practitioner are long gone. So you want someone that does real estate and only real estate. So you want to deal with an attorney that is well versed with either the residential or commercial transactions and has all the expertise to represent you properly. And we're in the age of niche practices, so you want to make certain that that practitioner is an expert in the real estate field.
So in New York, you're required to have an attorney in order to close on property. And you suggest do your homework first and really choose someone who's familiar with real estate transactions specifically.
Absolutely. I have to be quite honest. Our best clients are referrals of friends and family and repeat clients. So sometimes just ask for a friend or family and ask for recommendations.
Hey, you're a great person to choose since you're one of the top real estate attorneys in the city.
Very kind, Cathy.
Thanks, Luigi.
Thank you.